Hello friends, in this lecture we are going to start a new topic, okay, of linear programming. So basically the topic is introduction of transportation method, okay, one of the important methods, okay, everything is going to be important, okay. So like in the graphical method we have studied simplex method, we have studied the special cases of simplex method, we have studied DGEM method, okay. So here the another method is going to be told you, okay, in linear programming, that is transportation method, okay, that is going to be transportation method. So our topic is going to be transportation method, okay. So just like other problems, it is also a new kind of problem. So we have seen that generally we have seen that in graphical method or in simplex method, in both the cases our objective function was generally of maximization type. It means the objective function were of two types. The first was maximization and the second was minimization. Maximization means our objective function is profit, and if we are going to minimize our objective function, it means that our objective function is going to be cost, okay. So in transportation method our objective function is all about cost and it is all about minimization, okay. So in this method our objective function our objective function our objective function is going to be our objective function is going to be cost, okay. It is not profit, it is cost. So since our objective function is cost, so we will minimize it. So this method says that, okay, the aim, what is the aim, okay, what do we want? We want that our cost should be minimized. So this method says that the aim is to minimize the transportation cost, okay. The aim is to minimize the transportation cost. Which transportation cost? It means suppose there is a material, you have to carry that material from the factory to the warehouse, okay. So in carrying the material from factory to the warehouse, some cost will be involved and we want that cost should be minimized. So the aim of this transportation method is to minimize the transportation cost in such a way that each and every demand is satisfied with the supply, okay. So we will look further, okay. So just I'm writing the statement. The aim of this method the aim of this method is to minimize the aim of this method is to minimize the transportation cost. Simply cost or transportation cost, given that all the demands must be satisfied, all the demands must be satisfied with the supply, all the demands must be satisfied with the supply, okay. So the aim is to minimize the transportation cost, okay. Our objective function is cost, so the aim is to minimize the cost in such a way that all the demands must be satisfied with the supply, okay. So our aim is to basically minimize the transportation cost, or simply you can say cost. So what are the things we are going to transport, okay, what are the things we are going to transport and how we are going to transport it, okay. So basically in this method a cost cell matrix is involved, okay. There is a matrix, the name of the matrix is known as cost cell matrix, okay. So what we will see that a matrix is involved, okay. So I'm going to draw a matrix, the basic formulation, okay, the basic formulation of this method, you can say. Okay, this matrix is known as cost cell matrix, okay. So what you have to do, suppose you have got a factory. Okay, there is a factory. There is a factory. Okay, there is a factory which is present along this side. Okay, so we have three factories with us. Okay, factory number 1, factory number 2, and factory number 3. Okay, we have factory number 1, factory number 2, and factory number 3. Okay, and this is the destination, you can say. This is the destination. Okay, so we have got the destination 1, destination 2, destination 3, and destination 4. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to pick the items from the factory 1. Okay, we have to pick the items from factory 1 and we have to supply it to either destination 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, how we will supply it? Different methods are there. Okay, different methods are there. According to the given method, okay, they will say that follow this method. Okay, so according to the given method, we have different procedures. Okay, we have got different procedures for each and every method. Okay, so according to the given name of the procedure, okay, we will follow it. Okay, so in all the cases you can supply, suppose you took the items from factory 1 and you can supply to 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, you took the item from factory 2 and you can supply to this and this destination or warehouse. You took the item from this third factory and you can supply to this 4 destination. Okay, so in doing all these things some cost will be involved. Okay, so we have to minimize that cost. Okay, we have to minimize that cost, and in such a way that each and every demand is satisfied with the supply. So there will be certain demand that this destination requires some units. Okay, you cannot supply it anything. Okay, you cannot supply simply 100 items. Suppose it is required only 50. Okay, so you have to supply only 50 items, so there will be some demand. Okay, so here I am writing the demand. Okay, demand. Suppose the demand for destination number 1. Okay, destination 1 is this one, and this one. Those all are destination 1. Only the difference is that here you can supply from the factory 1 only, here you can supply from the factory 2 only, and here you can supply the factory from 3 only. So destination, the demand of items is B1. Okay, suppose the unit is B1 and you can supply to this destination, the demand of this destination. Here it is B2, here it is B3, and here it is B4. Okay, and here I am writing the supply. Okay, supply. So supply here is A1, A2, and A3. What are these A1, A2, and A3? These A1, A2, and A3 are the total number of units. These A1, A2, and A3 are the total number of units which are present for the factory 1, 2, and 3. Okay, A1, A2, and A3 are the total number of units which are present in the factory 1, 2, and 3 respectively. B1, B2, B3, and B4 are the number of units which are required by the destination 1, 2, 3, and 4 respectively. Okay, so you can say that what is this? B1, B2, B3, B4. Okay, so it is basically number of units required by the destination, number of units required by the destination 1, 2, 3, and 4 respectively. Okay, respectively. And what are these A1, A2, A3, and A4? You can say A1, A2, and A3, these are the number of units available in factory, 1, 2, and 3 respectively. Okay, so these are the basically supply, total number of units with each factory and total number of units required for each destination. And this matrix is known as cost cell matrix. How? So here it is written C11. Okay, this is C12, this is C13, C14, this is C21, C22, C23, and C24. This is C31, this is C32, this is C33, and this is C34. Okay, so what is this C? This C denotes, okay, this C or anything C11, you can say this C11 denotes cost per unit. Okay, so anything which is written inside this matrix, okay, anything which is written inside this box, okay, this represents the cost. As a result, this matrix is known as cost cell matrix. Okay, you can say the figure represents a cost cell matrix. Okay, it represents a cost cell matrix. Okay, and what does this 1 represent? This 1 represents the cost required in bringing the item from factory 1 to reaching the destination 1. Okay, this 1 2 means the cost required in transporting the items from factory 1 to the destination 2. Like this, cost required per unit in transporting the units from factory 1 to destination 3. Okay, so you can say that this C11 represents, okay, what does this C11 represents? It represents cost required per unit. Okay, these are the cost of 1 unit, cost required per unit in bringing or transporting, cost required in bringing or transporting the units from factory 1 to destination 1. Okay, factory 1 to destination 1. Okay, so for each and every cost, okay, C11 means cost required in transporting the unit from factory 1 to destination 1 for each unit. Okay, these are the cost of 1 unit. So suppose here you are supplying B1 units, so total cost is C11 into B1. Okay, suppose here you are supplying X units. Okay, so the cost is C11 into X. Okay, so this is going to be the transportation cost in transporting the items or X items from factory 1 to destination 1. Okay, so these things are clear. Okay, these are just the basics. Okay, we will see how we are going to do it. Okay, with the help of methods. Okay, very simple. Okay, just you have to follow the steps. Okay, basic steps are there. So these represent the cost per unit. Okay, you can also write here, these are the cost cell and these represent the cost per unit. Okay, these represent the cost per unit. So what we have to do, what we have to say is that we have to minimize the cost. Okay, we have to minimize the cost. Okay, we have to minimize the cost. So how we are going to minimize the cost? Okay, suppose the transportation cost is, suppose it comes that transportation cost is, so suppose I am writing Cij into Xij. Okay, Cij means cost of ith, cost required in bringing the units from ith factory to jth destination, and these are the number of units which are supplied from ith factory to the jth destination. Okay, so C represents cost of 1 unit and this X represents number of units transported. So the total cost is going to be the multiplication of C11 into X. You can see this C is cost per unit and you are supplying X number of units. So total cost will be C into X. So it is going to be the total summation. Okay, the total summation you have to do. Okay, for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4. Okay, to whichever the cell you are supplying the items. Okay, to whichever the cell you are supplying the items, you have to add the total cost. So the total cost going to be the summation. Okay, total summation for I equals to 1 to m and for j equals to 1 to n. So this is going to be the total cost where m is number of supply points. Okay, where the m is number of supply points and n is number of demand points. N is number of demand points. You can see, okay, the supply points is 1, 2 and 3 and number of demand points is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so from I equals to 1 to m, so total number of supply points and total number of demand points, the total cost is going to be the summation. And what does this xij represents number of units transported. Okay, this represents the number of units transported from ith source to jth destination. Okay, this xij represents the number of units transported. Okay, so in this way you can find the total cost. So this is not going to be the answer. Okay, you have to minimize the total cost. Okay, you have to minimize the objective function. So the answer is going to be, you can say the answer is going to be, the answer is going to be, the aim is to minimize the transportation cost. So the answer is going to be, answer is going to be minimize z. Okay, our objective function is cost, so we will minimize it, minimize z, and the answer is minimum of total summation of I equals to 1 to m j equals to 1 to n c I j into x I j. So the answer is going to be the minimum of the total cost. Okay, the answer is going to the minimum of the total cost. Okay, you know c, you know x, and you have to look for one thing. Okay, you have to look for one thing, the total supply. Okay, look, the total supply is a1 plus a2 plus a3. So the total supply, that is I equals to 1, the total number of supply is m, must be equals to total demand, that is bj, j equals to 1 to n. Okay, the total number of supply must be equals to the total number of demand. Okay, so these type of problems are known as balanced transportation problem. Okay, when the total number of supply is equals to total number of demand, so this problem is known as balanced transportation problem. Okay, so these things you have to keep in mind, that whenever you are going to solve the transportation problem, your transportation problem must be balanced one. If it is not balanced, then you have to balance it. Okay, if it is not balanced one, then you have to balance it. Okay, by adding the required value. Okay, by adding the required value. So in this way you are going to find the minimum cost, and this must be there, the total, this total. Okay, this b1 plus b2 plus b3 plus b4 must be equals to a1 plus a2 plus a3. This must be balanced. If it is not balanced, then you have to balance it. Okay, how to balance, we will see. Okay, not to worry. So this is a balanced transportation problem. Otherwise the transportation problem is known as unbalanced. Okay, so you have to balance it. So there are some methods. Okay, so there are some methods in transportation problem. So when you say transportation method or transportation problem, so it has got certain different methods. Okay, it has got certain different methods. Okay, we will see each and every method. Okay, so the first method is all about initial basic feasible solution. Okay, you can see in the graphical method, we are getting the solution at each of the corner points, at 0, at z equals to 0, at z equals to 4 comma 0, at z equals to 2 comma 3, at z equals to 0 comma 5. So for each of the corner points of the feasible region, you were getting one solution. Okay, so there were different types of solution, but you have to choose the optimal. Okay, you have to choose the optimal solution, that is either maximum or minimum. So the each and every solution is known as initial feasible solution. Okay, they are feasible because they are the corner points of the feasible region, but only one of them is going to be the optimal. So the second classification is optimal solution. Okay, only one of them is going to be optimal, the rest other are feasible solutions. So the methods can be, the first method is method of row minima. Okay, the first method is method of row minima. The second method is method of column minima. The method of row minima, the method of column minima. The third method is northwest corner rule. Northwest corner rule. We will see each method in detail. Okay, the fourth one is least cost method. The fourth method is least cost method, and the fifth method is Vogel's approximation. Vogel's approximation, or also known as penalty cost. okay, also known as penalty cost method. So basically there are 5 different types of method, and for optimal we have got only one method, that is MODI method, modified distribution method. MODI method or other name is UV method. Okay, so these are the basic classification, and in the upcoming lectures we will see each of the methods in detail. Okay, so this is the basic introduction. Okay, basic introduction, how to find the cost. Okay, what is balanced transportation problem, what is unbalanced transportation problem, what is cost matrix. Okay, everything has been told. So these were the basic methods. We will see it in detail in the upcoming lectures. Thank you.